Where should I stay? Like here? Okay, do you hear me? Cool. So, my name is Alex Siman. I'm founder of Subsocial, and Subsocial is a platform for creating Web3 social dApps. So, such as Subsocial is a platform, it means that anyone can create different social dApps with different level of functionality. And we already have several applications built on top of Subsocial. You can see them on our website called subsocial.network. And some of these apps are, for example, blog-like applications like Polkaverse or Polkadot Arena. Also, we have applications that allows to save your tweets, backups your tweets to IPFS and blockchain. The app is called Post Forever. Do I have this red dot? I think no. Another app is like for video sharing called FriendTube over here. And one of the newest apps is called Grill.chat. This is a chat-like application, but we will talk about it a bit later. So here's some a little bit boring stuff that everyone knows about. This is existing problems of Web2 socials. So for example, on Twitter, you can be deplatformed totally. If you did some mistake and Twitter doesn't like you, they could deplatform you, and you will lose all your followers, all your content, and everything. And maybe there will be no chance to recover. Who knows? If Elon Musk hear you, then he will recover you. But who knows? Another problem could be that centralized corporations like Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, they show what they want to show to you because they want to make the most of money from your time spent on the app. So they control the algorithms. We don't really have a choice to switch between algorithms. So they provide some kind of switches, like you can show only content from your friends or maybe from everyone, but it's not so very granular as it could be. And another very important problem that we have is that they get a lot of cut from the profits that content creators make. For example, on YouTube, sometimes at some point, they took like a 30% cut from the revenue, right? And on Substack, it could be something around 7 or 10%. On Patreon, it's also something around 10 or something percent. So it's a pretty big chunk of profits from content creators. And if you're building social dApps on top of such technologies like a blockchain, IPFS, it will give you such features like, I think everyone heard like, not your keys, not your data, right? So in this situation, it's the case where it's opposite. Your keys, your profile, your content, your follower base. And your follower base is open and shared social graph. It means that having social graph open and shared, anyone can build competitive applications, clients like web apps, mobile apps, even in a console, in terminal, you can build a social network if you would like, right? And nobody can say you nothing wrong about this or disallow you to do it because data is open and shared. And it's permissionless access because by default, blockchain is already a system with open API, right? So you don't need to go and ask, for example, Gavin, can I build something around Polkadot relay chain, or you don't need to go to Vitalik Buterin, like, can I build something? You just go and do it. So the same feature applies over here. And of course, monetization. So such as in our situation, every user is represented as an account address on Substrate, and also you can even link EVM address. It means that on social apps built on top of Subsocial, you can use any monetization that you can find across any Substrate chain, any EVM chain, any smart contracts. Because again, every user is a key pair of Substrate address or even EVM if it's connected. So presentation today is about user experience that we can achieve thanks to flexibility of Substrate. And right now, I want to show you, demonstrate a proof that this experience exists, that with Substrate you can achieve a really cool user experience that is on the pair with Web2 solutions that we used to use, right? So let's see at this GIF. So this is a GIF that is a screencast, screen recording of our Grill.chat. This is the name of the web application, Grill.chat. This is a URL. You can open it on the top, this URL, and try it right now because it's mobile friendly. It doesn't require you to install any extension, no extension needed, no tokens needed, no transaction confirmations. We already support connect of EVM wallet like MetaMask, if you have a MetaMask on mobile. And it's free for users because we have this feature that is sponsoring transactions of users, again, thanks to flexibility of Substrate. And yeah, just give it a try. You can open it right now and see that it works. And one of the coolest things is that Grill.chat, it's not just like chat and yet another chat, but it's a DApp, first of all. It works on top of blockchain and IPFS. So the logic is on blockchain, content is stored on IPFS, and we have built-in Web3 functionalities, like you can share NFT, you can link your EVM address, you can use your ENS username if you have it, you can send ERC20 tokens as a donation tips to people who connected the EVM, and you can embed NFTs, you can upload images to IPFS, like tons of cool stuff that is Web3 native. And for example, imagine you have an AMA session with some project on this Grill.chat, and people asking good questions, and then speaker want to reward people for good questions. How you can do it on Telegram, on Discord? You need to ask, please send me your address, and then prove that it's your address, and then maybe I will send you tokens. This is total wrong way to go, right? On Grill, you don't need to do this. You just send in tips directly to the message, and the author of the message will receive the tip 100% without any middleman. So this is a code. You can scan. It's again like it's the same like Grill.chat. And by the way, we created a hub on Grill that is a group of chat rooms where every chat room is dedicated to a speaker, to a presentation here at Decoded, where you can ask questions or make notes from the presentations. You can write some text. You can upload like photos to IPFS, and you can ask me questions there. Maybe like. Let's do this. You write some questions in Grill.chat. At the end of presentation, I open it and I will try to answer. Okay? So follow this QR code. Type search icon. Write Alex Siman and write me some question over there. Let's do it. So, such as its technical presentation over here, and this is about Polkadot Substrate stuff. So let's see how Substrate helped us to achieve this flexibility. So this is very like overview of our architecture. On the bottom you can see Subsocial. This is a parachain on Polkadot, and it provides functionality that is very common for when you need to create social networking application and so on. In the middle layer you see more high-level tools for creating user applications. Like we have SDK for JavaScript. We have indexers. We use Subscript to index data from blockchain, and we have connections to IPFS to store and retrieve data. And on very top, you can see that this architecture provides a way for anyone to create any different apps. Like you can have hundreds, thousands of different apps working with the same data. And it's totally possible because of open and shared technology. And on this right side, you can see what this architecture gives to us, right? You can have open and accessible social graph. You can store content anywhere you want, for example, on IPFS out of the box, or even you can store content on database. And if you want to have this content private and nobody see what it is, like you can store, let's say, identifier in blockchain and the content itself in database that is on private servers, no problem. Of course, we have these monetization features, like you already can send donations in ERC20 tokens, and on some other products of Subsocial, you can send in the Substrate tokens. You have a GraphQL and tools to work with GraphQL, thanks to integration with Subscript. And also we have playgrounds to work with our SDK So for example, if you go to play.subsocial.network, there is a playground where you can execute, like do some queries to blockchain, to IPFS, and see the results immediately. And this is what we have unique, what we added to basic Substrate. So we took Substrate, right? With Substrate, you can build parachains, for example. And we created several modules that are very common for social networking, such as you can create a profile, you can write posts and comment on them, you can react with upvote, downvote, you can follow your favorite content creators whatsoever. And this gives us opportunity to create different dApps that are similar or different to existing social apps like Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and so on. And you can even create something more like social dApps for DAOs, for multisigs, for governance, and so on. And some of the more technical modules are energy system that allows you to have very free transactions on the blockchain. We have delegation of execution so that you can sponsor transactions of your end users, and you can link EVM addresses and have this cross-chain functionality. And one of the coolest features of all this architecture is that such as data is open and shared, many clients can connect to the same data and show it in a different way. So people can go, for example, let's say you have chat application integrated on different NFT marketplaces, and people can discuss the same NFT from different marketplaces, but all of them will be on the same page in the same discussion about the same entity, NFT entity. So this is a demonstration when you want to create a world-class product that is smooth, usable, mobile-friendly, and optimized, and everyone is happy with using that. Yeah, so what I want to say with this slide is that you can basically go and create from scratch a social dApp, but you will face tons of problems and issues. And we work with our own technology through the years. We solved it as a we created a high-level platform for creating social dApps. And this is that Grill.chat that you tried. So right now it looks like an end-user app, but we want to extract kind of like a framework, something like WordPress for creating social dApps, so that anyone can take this framework and build a different app that would look like a chat, or it would look like Instagram, or it will look like YouTube, and so on. And one of the ways of extending built-in functionality is through extensions. So I already mentioned that on Grill.chat we have donations, and donations is one of such extensions. And for example, you can, even today, you can fork Grill, it's open sourced. You can create extension for any smart contract functionality, for any blockchain functionality, either it's Substrate-based or EVM-based. So this is an example. This extension has a pop-up where you enter data, like recipient and who you're sending money, and this is like how it's rendered afterwards when the money is sent. These are examples of another extensions. First is embedding NFTs, second again is donations, and third is extension for linking EVM accounts and using ENS. And this is how extension data is stored in IPFS. So we store extension information along with the message itself on IPFS in a field called extensions. So for example, for donations, they will be like chain Ethereum, token USDT, amount this, recipient that. That's it. And similar like for NFTs, like NFT, like contract address, NFT ID. So, like one of the last slides, how to use blockchain to grow the ecosystem. So we looked at Astar. Who is familiar with Astar dApp staking? Who knows? Okay, we have some people. So we get inspiration from Astar, and we think like, why not to give opportunity for social dApp creators to receive some rewards from inflation of the token, right? So that they can register their applications in a catalog of social dApps built on top of our platform, and token holders can stake for them, receive some rewards, and dApp creators will receive some rewards. And then we start thinking further, like we also need to reward content creators because it's another valuable part of the system, and we're thinking like content creators can be registered in their channels, their chat rooms, whatsoever, communities, and people also will be able to stake their tokens for the benefit of content creators, and they will be sharing returns from the inflation again. So right now we're working on this system. It's pretty interesting and novel. OK, once again, QR code. Let's see if you wrote some messages to me. We still have like 4 minutes. So I'm going to Grill.chat. OK. Decoded. Let's update. OK, so 7 minutes ago, test. Hi, very good questions. Are real-time interactions hard since finalization can take? Yeah, this is a good question. So about real-time interactions, this thing is in development and it will work like that. So when you send a message, this message, in first place, it goes into blockchain and IPFS. Basically, content goes on IPFS, CID recorded on blockchain, so that we record who created that message, right? And in parallel, we will be sending that message to a centralized server with a database and WebSocket, so where every client is connected to that WebSocket, and they will be notified immediately about that message, and we will show it like in real time. But on background, that message will be kind of minting and backing up to blockchain. So this will be architecture of this real-time messaging. So basically, with this architecture, there is no problem in what is the time of block, right? So blue or green? I don't know what is blue or green. Here's the short red. Username every time. OK, I don't want a new username every time. I open the app and don't have an EVM name. What to do? So if you don't have EVM username, what you can do, you can wait when we will integrate Subsocial usernames, because on Subsocial we have usernames that are unique and inspired by ENS, and certainly we will add this integration as well. We just wanted to start with EVM to see how it works together with Substrate, and it works pretty well, as you see. So later on, you will be able to get a username on Subsocial and connect it here on Grill. Totally doable. We just need some time. Do you pin data to IPFS? Can it be lost? Yeah, we pin data to IPFS. We're using Crust. If anybody is familiar with Crust, it's like another layer on top of IPFS that is doing economical incentivization for servers to store the data, right? So we use Crust, and currently we use our own bucket to store data for free, because we don't want to bother users to, you need to put some money to buy your storage so that we can put your data into your storage. No, like too many information. But eventually, one of the coolest things that could be done is that we can create a nice onboarding where people will put some money, let's say $5 per month, for example. And for this $5, they will get, let's say, like, I don't know, like 10 gigabytes of data per month, and they can be upload anything like images, videos, whatever. Totally doable, again, just a matter of time. It's uploaded to Crust. Somebody answered, cool. It is good technology to control society. Probably, I don't know. Like, you never know what will happen. If you want to know what will happen, you just need to watch Black Mirror on Netflix. OK, if all messages are stored on IPFS, that means they are all public. Yes, messages, the content itself are public, but you can encode them, you can encrypt them and put on IPFS, and then nobody can decrypt it. It's one way to use. Another way to use is you can store messages into a database and then put only identificator on blockchain, and then nobody knows how to retrieve this data. OK, that's it. Thank you very much for your questions. As you see, technology works, and I'm very happy with this.